Hello YouTube, hope you're all well. It is 3 weeks since I've had my bicep reattached. Well, 3 weeks and 3 days to be exact. So today we've been training, we've been doing lots of walking, lots of running, lots of mobility, weights but mainly legs. We've been swimming, we've been doing one arm boxing, and I feel as though we're at that point now where the arm is just about ready to start doing some good motions. So basically we're going to start pushing things a little bit now. Can't really push this very hard until after the 6 week mark. It's 6 weeks it takes for the tendon to attach fully to the bone. So I'm going to be somewhat careful with it. But today Mr. Patrick Gale is going to take us through a bit of a mobility drill, and then we're going to do some strength and conditioning specifically for boxing. We've got Mr. Josh Middleton here as well, stood behind you there, Hannah, aka the tripod. Morning, Josh.
Morning.
Looking very buff, my friend.
He's just scratching his ball end.
Watch you don't step on it. Alright. So we're going to do a bit of a mobility drill, and then we'll get going with a strength and conditioning session. So, but I hope everyone's well, and basically this is me ramping back up, getting back into some heavy training, so it won't be long, I'll be back to normal.
I've got this 80 kilo kettlebell now. So just doing kettlebell swings to warm up the posterior chain. Just swinging in between the legs as usual. Get everything nice and fired up in the glutes. It's also to try and get a bit of blood into Ed's bicep without putting any pressure on it too much.
Fake shoes. Fake
so
smile.
We'll be pre-fatiguing everything.
Fake ring for it.
We'll be pre-fatiguing our legs before we do box squats today, because we don't want to cause too much inflammation in Ed's body, because he's just one big ball of inflammation. So majestic.
Just getting me 200 kilo vest on. It's definitely 200 kilos because my dad weighed it.
So we're just doing Bulgarian split squats now. Ed's got his 200 kilo vest on, working hard, his patella support. We're basically just pre-fatiguing the legs. We're going to do some box squats at the end.
Box squat, friend, friend.
But we don't want to cause too much inflammation, like I said before. Ed's obviously going to be in a lot of fatigue in his body generally. So we just want to stimulate the body, stimulate the muscle, increase the blood flow, get the bicep working a little bit. Obviously it's a lower body session. But yeah, get everything firing. Pre-fatigued, then on to squats. Ha! You missed! How did you miss such a big target?
Box squat, friend, box squats, friend, best friend.
So just warming up now on safety bar squats, or box squats, safety bar squats. There's a lot of squats in that sentence. So we've pre-fatigued the legs, got everything firing in the glutes, the adductors, all that kind of stuff. We don't need to be pushing maximal weight, obviously we're still going for boxing, but while Edward is out of action, well not out of action, but working at 70%. Friend! Then fake friend.
Hey friend.
We want to get as much stimulus to the body and as much strength back as we can. ready for tapering it down again for the boxing.
I mean, this is pretty much nothing after the 200 kilo vest I've just done.
No, true, yeah, but this bar is quite heavy as well. Like we get your dad to weigh later on to find how much it is.
About 180.
Oh, at least, yeah. So I was just doing 180 pause squats, so that was very impressive for my body weight as well. If you don't mind me saying.
Very good.
But yeah, so we're going to do pause squats. 1 second pauses at the bottom, nice and explosive on the way up. Resetting your form every time coming up. So we're just going to get as much explosive power back into his legs as possible. Obviously he's still coming back from a slight back injury that he had as well. So we're tapering around that. Why are you looking at me like that?
But I'm listening, I'll tell someone.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so we're going to work up to around about his body weight, which we're not going to tell you anyway. In fact, we can do body weight as well.
Can do.
So come in hand.
Set the scales naught out. We'll get there. Oh, I've lost a bit, hang on. So it depends where you lean on these scales. 155.6.
So we'll aim for about 155.6.
Okay, anorexic.
Just for 1 rep.
Anorexic, I feel that's really just, you know, just keep losing weight. It's horrible. Better have a protein shake to make it up. 1, 2, 3. Mixed with Grandma Hall's special unique piss.
Actually disgusting.
I was meant to do a burp, but all the froth was still in my throat, so it was a nice frothy burp. Right, just want to get stuck into the last set. So what's this now, 1 rep?
Just 1 rep, literally just to create the stimulus. So we need to get Ed's body basically back to its normal anabolic and efficient self.
Efficient anabolic.
Efficient optimal self. So just 1 rep of his body weight basically to create the strength stimulus. A lot of people saying about his weight training and stuff like that, about obviously his bicep coming off, saying he's doing too many weights, etc, etc. We know from the scan now, don't we, from your MRI?
Yeah. So the doctor who repaired the tendon basically said, you know, your tendon, we've done this arm as well, and this arm is, we just scanned this arm, and this has got a slight tear in the tendon as well. It's basically from the strongman days, you know, lifting huge weights in front of you, doing Conan's wheel, yokes, log presses. It all puts a hell of a lot of strain on your biceps, so you're going to get little tears in your tendon, and unfortunately tendons don't repair like they should. They don't, like, you know, if you rip a tendon off a little bit, it doesn't just bond back on, it'll repair in that state, it'll just get stronger in that state. So that's pretty much what happened with this. It must have torn a little bit in the strongman days, obviously hanging on by, I don't know, probably 70% of what was a full 100%, and obviously that hook was just enough to sort of rip it off completely. So I'm waiting for the results, the full results. We've done CT scans with MRI scans, so this one's looking like the same. So it might be that we operate on this one and take it off and attach it back on before it goes. So we'll have to wait and see what the outcome is on that. But end of the day, the weights we've been doing since boxing have not been that big.
No, we do 70 to 90 minute workouts, quite high intensity.
Yeah.
Again, mainly for strength, but it's pliable strength, just for the boxing basically, just to keep him at the body weight he is and the strength that he is. No doubt he can still press 100 kilo fucking dumbbells, but we don't need to be doing that at the moment. So
yeah, I mean, I can still squat for 100 kilo, but you don't need to be that strong for boxing, do you?
No, not at all.
So just doing what needs to be done to keep strong, keep the mass, keep the strength. That explosive power is more important than anything right now. Power. Okay.
Lovely.
I've done that for like 50 reps. But
You also haven't done anything or any heavy weights for...
well, I've done bits. Power. Come on. Good. Awesome.
See if you can put that in your mouth in one go.
Yeah. One go,
Give it
come on.
10.
Swallow it.
Come on, in one.
In one.
Yep.
In one.
No chewing.
No chewing.
In one. I'm going to ruin my orange experience.
I don't care, you're doing it.
It's like a really tasty, nice, organic orange.
I think you should do it whilst mid squat.
That's dangerous.
Come on.
Oh my gosh, you can't do it.
You got that.
Oh.
Oh! No, this is going to end really
This is
badly.
weird, it's not the first time I've seen a gap.
Oh my god.
I was going to pull his top lip over it.
Oh. You're like a baboon.
That's impressive. Go on, chew it.
How old are you, Edward?
I want you to say the alphabet.
Oh my god.
A, B, C, D. God.
That's disgusting.
We can flag this as a breathing exercise.
5 minutes later.
Jesus Christ. That was a lot bigger than I thought. Babe! Ow! Ow! Babe! Yeah, someone's made a mess down here. Someone's made a mess down here. Can you bring a bucket and sponge? Right, what are we doing? Hypers now.
Yeah.
Okay. Lovely dogs.
Oh, bless you.
When's the last time you did some cleaning?
This is the first time.
That's probably the first time I've ever cleaned anything in this house ever, I think. I'm very proud of myself. Anything else I want to do whilst I've got bucket and sponge here? Right, that's the strength conditioning session done, so nothing too strenuous to say. We've been doing bits the last 3 weeks, lots of walking, running, swimming, lots of lower down weights. We've been doing dumbbell presses and shoulder presses and stuff like that, but it's literally like, for me, 20 kilo. You know, just got to really watch the bicep, because obviously the biceps are stabilising muscle, so just be nice and gentle with that till the tendon's bonded. So one of the things of the recovery I'm going to do, and Mr. Adam Bishop gave me this tip, so thank you, Mr. Adam Bishop, for this one. So one of the good things, so one of the problems you have with having a bicep reattachment is the supination, so like the actual twist of the hand, as I'm still very struggling to twist my hand over, and that's just because obviously they've gone in the forearm, they've messed up all the muscles here, and obviously the bicep is a big supinator muscle, so it's got to get it activated again really, so I can, it's like It's like when I wash my face in the morning with water. So I do that. This hand goes nice and flush, and this one just stabs me in the face. So I'm just like poking myself in the eye with my thumb. So I need to get that supination back for everyday life, as well as obviously in the training sort of thing. So one of the great tips he gave me was just to get a sledgehammer, and obviously doing some work like this. But a great thing to do is to get that supination, is to grip the sledgehammer and stretch, stretch the supination whilst in the bicep sort of position. So we're tensing the bicep, we're activating the bicep, and we're opening it up. So just a few stretches like this, doesn't have to be much, and that just trains the arm to go back into that position over time. So little bits every day. Fucking hell. This is 3 weeks after surgery. So he said pretty much from day one I'm safe to lift 20 kilos, and this is, I don't know, with the handle probably 8 kilos, and that'll do for today. That's just a little bit every day, just to help it wake up. Mainly just using it. So, you know, just like doing the dishes, not that I do the dishes, but you know, like eating my food, picking stuff up, walking with boxes, just, you know, doing like the lat pull downs and the rows and putting weights on and off. Just using it day to day is enough recovery, to be honest. Just using it as a normal person would. That's the best thing I can do. So it's one of these things. Obviously, I wish the injury never happened, but it was going to happen at some point. That's what the surgeon said. It doesn't matter if you know, it was, even though it was a long hook, you know, the arm, there's still had a decent bend in the arm, so it shouldn't have happened. That's what I'm trying to say. But it did, because there was a weakness there, so it was going to happen at some point. So I'm kind of glad it didn't happen on fight night, because that would have been horrendous. You know, losing from stoppage wouldn't have been good. And it's made me aware of the other issues. So we're going to test this arm, make sure that's stable as well. And if it isn't, then I might have to get surgery on this one as well. But this one will be a hell of a lot quicker recovery in this one, because it's basically taken off carefully, put back in carefully. So it'll just be a 6-week bond for this one. I'll still be able to use it. But of course, you know, it does slow the process up massively. But I think they're on about putting the fight in March now, 2022. So got plenty of time, you know, 6-7 months from now. So should be fine. Right then, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for joining me on my journey. It is a hell of a thing doing what I'm doing, being a full-time boxer. Never thought I'd say those words, but I am technically a full-time boxer. This is my career, this is what I'm doing for now. And I'm enjoying the process, and I'm glad to take you guys along with me. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Big love, the beast. Take care.